Howdy. We're going to talk about 3.6A, guys. We're going to simplify algebraic expressions by combining like terms. We've been saying this a lot lately, but man, this is foundational for algebra. So I really need you guys to be on your A game, right? Make a choice now to learn it. All right, let's go. So, a little bit bigger. All right, here we go. So let's name some stuff. So a term is a number or the product of a number and a variable. That means multiplication. Here's some examples. Here's an example of a number, 3. Here's an example of a product of a number variable, 2x, right? Same thing, here's negative 4x. That's also a term. All right, so there's the one for the number. Here's the ones for the product and number. They're separated by addition signs, subtraction signs generally. All right. A constant is a term that has no variable. 3, 44, -1. These are examples, just any number that's in one of these variable expressions or equations that doesn't have a letter next to it implying multiplication. When they do have letters, we're looking at something called like terms, terms that have the same variables. So examples of those might be 3x and -2x. They have the same combination of letters. Same thing with 4AB and 6AB. Notice that they have 2 letters. They each have the same 2 letters. All right? It means that they're the same category. All right? And lastly, if we're looking at the products of a number and letter, we need to know what a coefficient is, and this is probably the hardest one to remember, but just remember it's just the number that's in front of a variable. So when you think about coefficient, think about how the word co is in front of efficient. So you are efficient in finding the coefficient if you look in front of the letter, right? So here we have examples like 6y, where 6 is the coefficient, -9ab, where -9 is the coefficient. All right? So let's practice those skills. We're looking for coefficients, then like terms, then constants. Notice it says CLC, right? So put them just in order. So the first one's going to be coefficients, the second one's going to be like terms, the third one's going to be constants. So coefficients. We're looking in front of all our letters. Find the letter. Here's one. There's the number in front of the letter. 8. Here's a letter. There's an invisible 1 hidden in front of that Y. So I'm going to put 1 right there. Is there a letter in this last term? No, so no letter, no coefficients. Go to the next one. Like terms. Like terms. Look, we're looking for the same letter. So here we have a Y-like term and a Y-like term. So we'll write those 8y and plus 1y, right? You could just say 8y and 1y, that's fine, right? The 2 is not included because the 2 does not have a letter to match. Or if you had just 2 and then another constant, those would be listed here. So if I had like plus 4 at the end, I would write 2 and 4 in like terms because those constants are like terms. Lastly, I'm going to go back here and underline something that we're talking about. Lastly, constants are any number with no letters. 2 is our constant. All right, so let's go through them again. Coefficients in this one, we should see the 7 in front of n, this -3 in front of n, this invisible 1 in front of n, and then 4 has none. Like terms, m, no other m, so it's not m. -3n plus 1n, -3n, 1n, and then constants is just the number by itself, -4. I forgot to switch colors, but you see what we're doing. All right, next one. So here we're going to use a bag of our algebra tiles to complete. If you're watching this at home, you don't have these algebra tiles, but you can imagine what we do have. If you're watching this at class, just ask us for a bag and participate. Right, so we're going to model using those tiles each one of these expressions, and then we're going to simplify them by reorganizing, right? So remember, 4x was a green rectangle. So I'm going to do the outline. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'll put it up here since I didn't do a good job drawing spaces. Right? 4x plus 1x to group those. How many long tiles we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Alright. Negative, if we did green for the positive, negative is going to be red. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. Alright. And then 5 X's, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you remember, maybe you don't, we can go all the way back to our algebra tiles, or our counters from the beginning of the year, and think about what happens if we put a negative and a positive together. These two are going to cancel out. I'll use different color. Cancel out. Cancel out. Cancel out. And we're going to identify what we have left. That would be plus 2x. Alright, let's do it again. Now I have negative 2x's. I'm going to draw them up and down to make them fit, okay? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, plus 5. So we're going to cross them out. So we have these two, and we have these two, and we have these two. So we're going to have left, we're going to have 1x. I'm going to write it in green because it's plus 4. Alright, keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus 2, 1, 2, x. We're going to count it. We're going to have x is 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 5x plus 2. No crossing out because we're just regrouping these. Next one, 1, 2, 3, minus 4. I know those are hard to see, but I think that's 3. And minus 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to regroup, put all of our greens and reds together. So we have 1, and we're going to put these together. 1, 2, 3, leaving minus 1x minus 1. Again, we have 1, 2, 3, plus 1, 2, minus 1. And we're going to cancel. Plus 4x. Alright. Hopefully you can follow what I was doing there. I mentioned in a world where we have these as tiles, we can pick them up, move them around. But here we just have to cross out. Alright, let's look next. So we want to do that same thing. So you're welcome to imagine that, or we can think about it as numbers, right? So I'm going to go in here. I have 10y plus 1y. I'm going to say, okay, I want to match my y. So I always suggest boxing. So for the first, oh, I don't know what I just did. For the first term that we find, I'm going to box that. So I have 10y. Here's another y plus 1y. And take the number 10 plus 1 to make 11 and bring the y with it. Alright, that one's done. Same thing here. I'm going to put 1 in front of my b. I have 6b. I have minus 1b. They're the same term. 6 minus 1 is 5. And down to b. Next, 5h plus 9 3h. So let's block. So I have my first one of these squares. 5h. 9 is not an h. I'm going to go to plus 3h. I'm going to take the sign with it. So I have 5h plus 3h. 5 plus 3 is 8. Bring down my h and cross them off. Then next, plus 9. No other constants. I'm going to write plus 9. Cross it off. Here I am done. Do it again. Now I have a new one. one. We have negative 7m minus 9n plus 2m minus 3. So I'm going to find my first term and square it. M? No, this is an n. M? Yes. So plus 2m. And then m? No. So I'm going to put those together. Negative 7 plus 2. You can do that in a calculator, or I can say, when I know my signs are different, 7 minus 2 is 5. The sign is bigger, negative 5m. Once I have a new answer, I'm going to cross it out so I know I used it. Go to my next shape. I'm going to do a circle. So my next one is 6n. This one is not n, so I'm going to just rewrite it when there's only one. And my last one, let's do double underline. Negative 3, there's no more terms, so I'm writing minus 3, cross it off. Here's my answer. Alright, you have to be diligent. Excuse me. Alright, because sometimes you'll get to these giant numbers here. So start with your first term, find the very first one. I have c's, so I have negative 15c plus 7c. A's are not it. Plus 3c. A's are not it. Constants are not it. So we're going to put our numbers together. Negative 15 plus 7 plus 3. Negative 15 plus 7 is negative 8. Plus 3 is negative 5. See? Cross it out. Pick my next one. Circle. Negative 2a minus 18a. I'm going to put those together. Negative 2, negative, both negative, make it bigger. 20 minus 28. And the last one's minus 12. Minus 12. Crossing it out is your best bet, otherwise you might be reusing stuff. So let's do it again. 15c. AB is not C. C is C. AB is not C. So we're going to have negative 5 plus 5. Those are opposites. That makes 0C. And I'm going to have to do a second step because I wrote it. Then I have positive 4AB minus 6AB to make negative 2AB. And then I'm going to rewrite it because this goes away. Negative 2AB. Right? Last one. Simeon bought supplies for his new puppy. He bought 4 bones for $3 each. He then bought 6 bones, also for $3 each. He also bought a kennel for $25 and a food and water dish for $7. Right? Write an expression Simeon could use to find the total cost of supplies. Alright, we're going to have to write it and then do it. So, Simeon bought supplies for a new puppy. Let's change this and let's make, we're going to talk about 4 bones for $3. Let's say those. So b's are variable, 4 is the number we're given, so let's write that as 4. So 4 times the money for a bone. Then he bought 6 bones, also for $3 each, plus 6b. And then we'll do the other colors, do red. That's about a kennel for 25, 1 kennel, so we just need 25 one time, and a water dish for 7. Now we're going to combine our like terms, so 4b plus 6b is 10b. 25 plus 7 is plus 32. That's going to be our expression. Alright, sorry, I got distracted. If you found out how much each bone was, you could plug in right there and then calculate it out. Alright, homework's as follows. Front page, you're going to do just like we did on the notes. Back page is more like we did on the notes. Answers down at the bottom to check. Thank you very much.